I'm so mad I could just spit. I am so sick and tired of these doctors. If you haven't been following along, I've been trying to figure out about this brain fog, issues that I've been having with not being able to sleep, all different kinds of things that I think is related to hormones. But anyway, here's where I am. After all the testing that I've had, I went back and I saw the doctor. The doctor prescribed progesterone so that I could sleep. She also, after I really insisted about issues with, as most ladies my age know, urinary urgency, where all of a sudden, like, you gotta go. I mean, get there quick. Until I mentioned something about that, she wasn't even addressing any other issues. She did give me estradiol vaginal cream in order to help with that situation. But she won't give me estrogen. She won't give me an estrogen patch. She wants to give me something called Evista, which is raloxifene. And that basically helps with bone density of your spine. I've got issues with my hips, both of them. One's osteopenia, the other one's borderline osteoporosis. So in the interim, I had an appointment with my gastroenterologist, follow up to both an endoscopy and colonoscopy that I had August. Anyway, he said that there is a risk of something called Barrett syndrome with my esophagus, which is concerning. He said, not to worry about it now, but we want to keep an eye on it. And that I don't have it right now, but I'm predisposed to it. Well, raloxifene, it's contraindicated for Barrett syndrome. So I went back to the GYN and I couldn't talk with her directly. I talked with the nurse. I left information. The nurse ended up calling me back and she said, the doctor said that there's no gastrointestinal issues with raloxifene and that I need to take the raloxifene. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going against my gastroenterologist who told me I shouldn't take it. So now here I am, no estrogen. She said before that she would give me the patch if I signed a waiver saying that if anything happened to me, it's not her fault. And so when I called, I said, I will sign that waiver. Let me sign it. The nurse said, well, I'll have to have the doctor call you back. That was 2 days ago. She hasn't called me back. I'm not going to this woman anymore. And it's funny because I bumped into somebody else that goes to her and they were having problems with her too. Get this. When I asked her about testosterone, just to try to help me feel better, and she did agree to give it to me in January. She said she wanted this other medication to be on board first. But when I asked her about the testosterone, she said she wanted me to ask my husband about it, whether he wanted me to go on testosterone. She said about, it may change the way I feel about things and, maybe step out of the marriage. I laughed so hard. I was like, well, first off, it's my decision. And I'm sure he'll have no problem. But the question really was like, go ask your husband. I mean, seriously, go ask your husband whether you should get hormone replacement therapy so you can feel better. And I guarantee you, most women that are menopausal, their husbands would love for them to be on HRT because typically our moods swing from one end of the spectrum to the other. So this certainly, I would think, would be beneficial to our marriage because I know I can snap at in a heartbeat. Say the wrong thing, man, snap. And I wasn't always that way before, so I've been seeing that these are a lot of symptoms of menopause. So anyway, next step. I've got all these tests, so I guess I'm going online and seeing if I can use an online service at this point. I don't know. I'm not going against my gastroenterologist. Not when I have something that could potentially be really bad. I mean, Barrett syndrome can turn into esophageal cancer. And I'm not up for that. Not at all. So, let's see what's next.